Rightio, so this is not easy to capture in one shot, guys, but this is the full multi-tool walkthrough. So here's your head, you get a small extension, and then we've got the chainsaw, then we've got your hedge trimmer, got your edger, got the brush cutter, we've got the line trimmer with the rapid reload head, which is important, and a couple of extensions. Just important to note the actual fixing. So the pole slots in and it clip locks in. It's a little quick release, and then you tighten that onto it. So it's a great system. It works really easily. Some systems can be a little bit clunky. This is quite easy. G'day guys, today we've got Ego's Powerhead multi-unit. It's PH 1400E. PH for the power head.
Yep. 1400
ways to wet your pants, because I absolutely love this thing already.
Yeah, so we've used this extensively already.
Yeah, we have. So, yeah, this is not your standard intro where it's out of a box.
No.
Now?
No. Have a look now. We'll show you all these in use.
All right.
Probably that one that hangs down. You can take the whole thing off. Yeah.
Is that going to hit my car? Don't know if I slowly drop it, I suppose. Was that considered slowly?
So firstly, we just want to talk about the actual power head, the main unit here. When you buy this in a kit, it'll come with a 2.5 amp hour battery.
Yep.
Although, of course, if you're looking to do a lot of work with, chainsaw or brush cutter or something, you might want to go get yourself a 5.
5 or 7.5. There's a 5 on it at the moment.
Yeah, that's right.
That's all I had.
Just because, 2.5 laying around somewhere else.
Yep.
But it's got some different features to some of the other units. First of all, the safety lock is on the side.
Yep.
Most of the others have been on the top.
Yes, so you depress it and then pull the trigger up.
That's right. The trigger actually is a little bit stiffer than what I'm used to.
Yeah, you noticed that.
From the other
I didn't notice that. I've actually done 99% of the testing with this.
Yeah.
Up on site, big acreage. And Dwayne picked it up straight away. Said, geez, that's heavier. The spring's definitely heavier. Didn't worry me to the point where I didn't even know.
Okay.
So I didn't sort of, it's a bit, but it doesn't worry me. One thing I did notice is that with this safety on the side, usually left-handers, which I am, usually things suck for left-handers with safeties. It's just not quite designed for it.
Yeah.
It's absolute ripper. You put your hand here, and my index finger and palm almost actually grabs the safety, and you pull it straight away.
My bet is that that's exactly what they were not trying to achieve.
Yeah, right.
Because most of the other units, like you pick up the blower, for instance, by picking it up, you are depressing the safety automatically.
Yep.
And so it's very easy to actually make the blower go without even meaning to.
And we've got blades and stuff hanging, so
exactly. So
probably what they didn't mean, but yeah.
What they're trying to do is that, you know, most of us being right-handers, is that you don't accidentally depress the safety. You have to use your thumb to do it.
Yep.
But you being a lefty, it just gets done when you grab the unit.
So we're taking over the world, be careful. The other thing is, again, as per usual with me, I ran it flat out. It's actually 2-speed here. So manually, 2-speed. I run it at 2 all the time. I don't bother going in 1.
Did the dedicated brush cutter, was that 2-speed also?
I believe it was.
Because this unit here is the same motor in every way as the dedicated brush cutter, which was a monster.
It was. Look, we did very scientific tests at first with this. We did the feel test, the touch test, and the ear test.
Listening test.
And went, oh, that sounds and feels the same.
That's right.
Then we actually messaged Ego and said, hey, is this the same motor? Because we think it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. So your big bull handle brush cutter, that was a cracker, and we did that review already, which hopefully you'll have watched. Same motor, awesome.
Yes, which is a really nice start to this unit, I think.
Yes.
So yeah, this is a skin at $249.
Yep.
Obviously, you can't do anything with it as a skin.
No.
Except make nice noises.
Yep.
So then you got to buy a kit probably.
Yep.
Unless you're already set up an Ego.
Yes.
And the 2 kits that are available are not the brush cutter, the chainsaw kit.
Yep.
And the hedge kit.
Yes. Which honestly is where it's at to start with.
Yeah.
I think. Because line trimmer attachment is fantastic, brush cutter attachment is fantastic, and so is the edger. But you're not going to buy this just for that.
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
So you're going to start it with, I think most people, if they've got high hedges, you're going to start with that or the chainsaw.
That's right.
And you're at $600 a kit.
Yeah, $5.99 for those. And also those skins of the chainsaw head and the hedge head are the more expensive ones at $1.99.
$1.99, yep.
Whereas all the other heads,
$149.
Yep. Except for the brush cutter, which is $169.
We have got it written down because it's not just one tool price.
No, that's right.
And what did you just say about the poles?
$69 as when you buy a spare one.
Yep.
Or it comes in the kit if you buy the kit.
If you buy a kit,
for the $600.
I ran on my high stuff, which you'll see in some of the footage. I ran 2 extension poles, and you will see and feel a bit of a curve and drop.
Yep.
But we're talking 3.6 meters to the tip.
Yeah.
So when I was doing the hedging on the big, I don't think it was Lily Plee, whatever it was, I was right up top, and I actually had the cutting head kicked on a right angle. It was a bit wavy. So my little chicken arms were starting to get a bit sore, but I had it at that angle and was just walking across the top, and it does get a bit of a wobble.
Tell me about the hedgy.
Hedgy.
I'm guessing with this big motor that you've got here, that's going to be heaps for a hedge trimmer.
Oh, tons, yeah. At no point did I notice this and go, oh, geez, I'd like to go a bit heavier. What I did notice is you don't have the bigger openings at the back. Is it the back or the front of the standard units?
The back, yeah.
The back, to go a bit hardcore.
No, it's the front.
It is the front, okay. So you don't have those extra openings there.
Yeah.
But I did a couple of big hedges. My mate did his Japanese elm or whatever it was called, Chinese elm.
Yeah.
Absolute cracker. So, and this thing gets used on a fortnightly basis now on site because we've got quite a few hedges to trim them up all the time.
Yeah.
At no point did it lack, and this adjustability is super.
Most of the time you'd probably use this in combo with dedicated hedgy, wouldn't you?
I think you would. I'm quite comfortable having it as the extender and just walking up.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of gardens aren't the size that I'm working on, and you'll want that small just nice and here.
Yeah.
Whereas it's also about 2 meters wide or 2 meters deep where I do the hedges. So I actually want that to be up a little bit, and so I hold it here, and then I just reach in.
Yep.
And from the other side, I straighten it out and just walk along.
Yep.
So that's really versatile.
Okay.
Absolute cracker.
Looks really well made.
Yeah. Yep. I think that's a very similar style gearbox to the standard unit.
It looks a lot
without
like
having it right here.
It's not as long. The blade's not as long as a dedicated unit.
That's correct. Yep.
What is the blade length on that?
Bugger if I know on that.
Right. You got the box in
We'll
here?
run an annotation on that one.
Okay, you go get the box. I'll start talking about the chainsaw, which is this one, which is a 10-inch chainsaw, and it's got a little oil tank inbuilt here. No idea?
No idea.
Oh well. Obviously, a pole chainsaw is going to be so handy for guys working on, the big acreages like you are.
Yeah, absolutely. That's 550 mil, guys. So I don't know what that is in inches straight off the top of my head.
That's actually reasonably long.
So
I think that's probably almost as big as the brush unit. Anyway.
Doesn't look as long, but maybe that's because you've got a longer pole sitting beside it.
Could be.
So, the chainsaw, absolutely brilliant. I used it around my place just for trimming little trees overhanging from next door. Then I actually used it on a big gum tree at the front where I had a couple of big branches. And then on some pine trees as well at a mate's place that were overhanging. Well, I think both of them actually, I had both extensions on, and it's a weapon. You sort of get it up and then have it running. It doesn't have enough grunt, or it didn't have enough grunt for me to actually lean the chain on it and then start it. That was actually a mistake when I did it the first time.
Okay, just cut
so then I just lifted it, cut out. So I lifted it off and then dropped it. But I'm talking, I think I did about a 5-inch branch.
Okay.
With this, it is a 10-inch bar.
Yeah.
It's been sharpened twice. I've used it quite a bit. Been sharpened twice, so I do think the key for something like this is to keep it nice and sharp, but as with any chain.
Yep.
But I didn't find it lacking whatsoever. It does seem to leak a little bit of oil at the bottom here. I would say, that's most chainsaws, but my standard petrol chainsaw doesn't do it regularly. Okay. So that's, I don't know what's going on there, but that is really handy, and I've had both people, I've had twice, people come up to me while I've been using it going, that is stuffing brilliant. Yeah. Because you can just get up high. No more ladders, guys. Hanging off ladders on the back of utes. Yeah. This thing really is the go. So absolutely. Pretty happy. Real compact head too. Yep. Not very weighty at the head at all.
Just before we go on to the other attachments, I just wanted to talk about the connection system.
Yes.
So you've got, what do you call it? Is that a spline connection?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll actually give you a close up and hopefully it focuses really well. You should be able to see a nice spline there. And you actually just locate it straight into the end of this pole or in the end of the actual power head. Yeah. And then it's a clip lock here. Now what you'll find sometimes, that spline's just got to turn a little bit to be able to click in properly. Often I'll actually hit the trigger. Now it's not going to go in at all for me. Oh yeah. Which is a bugger. Normally it just clicks straight in and I know what I'm doing.
Can't you just turn the whole unit?
Potentially, try it. I usually just spin the chain or spin the brush cutter. There you go. So it clicks in there, and then you do it up here with that plastic handle, and it nips up. You were saying before, with just general discussion, Dwayno doesn't like the plastic handles. No. You got a thing for metal handles or at least aluminium or something like that?
Just the knobs and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind that, and I say that because I can nip them up real tight and have no slip. Yeah. Haven't had one crack, and we've been doing the Ego gear for 4 years now.
Yeah, I think
haven't had an issue.
I definitely want to see plastic bodies because they keep the units light and everything. It's no problem with that. I just feel like, and on things where it's kind of in the body. Yep. I'm very happy to have it all plastic. When it's hanging out from the body and it could get grabbed on something, then I'd like to see them in steel. But it's only a little thing, and as you say,
it can be crap plastic or good plastic too.
That's true.
I'm going by longevity. Yeah. So far, 4 years mucking around with the Ego stuff. Yeah. No issues. No, so then to get it apart, guys, it's literally just undo that, press the quick disconnect button, and you're off.
Yeah. On the power head unit, you've got not only a normal kind of line trimmer handle, but you've also got this sidebar here.
Yeah. I don't think I ever used.
Yeah, we'll see in the footage, but I mean that's got a little bit of give in it as well. Yep. I wouldn't be surprised if someone broke that off one day. But having said that, it's 4 bolts and a replacement handle. Yep. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah. If it broke, I'd be pretty crapped off. But it's just your basic honeycomb sort of plastic here. But I honestly don't remember using it throughout the review and use process, so we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Line trimmer.
15-inch rapid reload head, as we've already mentioned. Yep. Does this feel any different to you than using the brush cutter?
No, it feels absolutely no different. In amongst all this, guys, we've had the big dedicated bull handle brush cutter with the line trimmer head as well, and then the 15-inch dedicated line trimmer. Yep. So we've had all of these running in and around. I noticed absolutely no difference with this whatsoever. The only thing is, a couple of times you have it where you're trying to click a new bit in, and because I haven't lined the spline up, it's a bit of a pain in the bum because I buggered it up. But that's the only negative. There's no real negative to the head. It's the same rapid reload head. It's fine.
I don't think on a multi-head unit like this, it matters if it takes you 30 seconds to change them over.
No, it probably doesn't.
Like sometimes it'll take 3 because it'll just click straight in. Yeah. But if it takes you an extra 30 seconds, no one's going to care.
I am fairly short-tempered. We know, you know that. Yeah. Most people that know me know that, and I had no major issues with it. So what I would say is the fact that I don't notice a lot of difference with that is pretty impressive because the 15-inch dedicated line trimmer has the motor down at the head. Yeah. This is running off your power feed system. Yeah. And I didn't skimp on that. That has been absolutely hammered. I was going to clean it up for this review. I thought, stuff it. It's been used hard, and you should see that it's been used hard.
Yeah.
So, hang on, we won't do that one.
Okay.
Let's leave the edges to last. So this is the brush cutter attachment.
Yep.
Now, the brush cutter, on the dedicated brush cutter, I actually cut down some saplings thicker than my thumb. I hammered it into it just to see if the thing would cut out or jar, which I know you're not supposed to do when you're running flexi drive type systems. But I didn't care. I did it anyway. And this thing has done all the sword grasses, all the small saplings. I'm forever having to cut stuff down. And it just powered through it. I don't think I noticed a big difference, but I didn't use the brush cutter with the multi-tool unit side by side with the dedicated brush cutter. So I can't honestly say, no, there's no difference, but I certainly didn't feel that it's lacking.
But certainly the end here is the same.
Yes.
And the head is the same motor.
Same motor.
So it's going to be pretty damn close, if not exactly the same.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't see that you're going to lose a lot in the spline type system to lose torque or power.
Yeah.
One other thing I'd say, I want to know what Ego used for their coating on their blade, because I can't get this stuff and thing to wear off. I actually said to Dwayne, I hammered it into the dirt at one point, just to see just how hard this coating is. This is hard as hell. So, look, keeps cutting. I would love a bigger brush cutter blade, but everyone I spoke to, when I said that, they said you're an idiot, because I just want bigger. Like, it doesn't seem like it's big enough.
Yeah.
But the mower shop just said I'm an idiot for wanting bigger, because that's a big chunk of metal buzzing around. So anyway, bigger's always better as far as I'm concerned. So, but that thing is really cool, and honestly I noticed no difference. So kudos to Ego for managing to get a multi-tool brush cutter attachment to do the business.
Absolutely.
It's really cool.
And then lastly, we've got the edge trimmer.
Yep.
What did you think of this one?
Edge trimmer, look, I'm going to be honest. It's cool. It does the job. Do I know much about an edge trimmer? No. Your serious commercial guys are going to have the dedicated edge trimmers that go along, petrol units, walk along stuff. But this actually shaped up the edge absolutely perfect. I reckon if you use it regularly, you're seriously going to go through some blades, because this thing's been munched on the end.
Yeah.
Because you got your wheel and you're running this thing up against the edge of concrete.
Yeah.
There's a couple of times I actually strayed and it hit the edge of the concrete, actual slag underneath, and it wants to have a bit of a bounce up. So
there's nothing to it. It's a little piece of plate.
Absolutely nothing to it.
It's nothing.
No. So look, it does the job, does it really well. It looks good.
Yeah.
I had no issues with it. But I'm not going to stand here and say that I know garden edges and this thing's above and beyond. What I would say is a small warning to people, if you get the edger, when you get it and put the wheel on, whack some Loctite on it. This seems to vibrate because it's whacking into the dirt so much. Vibrates like mad. I actually lost the knob and it all fell off. And then I sat there for nearly 10 minutes trying to find it in amongst the grass.
Okay. So
I don't think it was my fault, but what I would say is when you put it together, a couple of dobs of Loctite, absolutely perfect. Other than that, everything else here is literally click and play.
Okay, beautiful.
So, yeah.
All right, well, it sounds like you're fairly impressed.
Yep.
I'm impressed by the quality of the system.
Yep.
Myself.
Yeah.
And I think for $600 to get you into the system is fairly reasonable.
Yeah.
If you want to get every single attachment, it's going to add up pretty quick.
Yeah, look. But I'm not standing here saying to everybody, go and buy the full system, you need it.
No.
What I'm saying is if you want versatility, get yourself, if you've got plenty of hedges, get yourself onto the hedge kit, and at some point you go, I got a few branches here. You either pay someone to do it with a chainsaw, or you run the risk on a ladder, or for $199, you click your chainsaw head on. Back in the shed, wrap it in a rag, sit it underneath, and you're done. And again, we're not worried about petrol and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
We're into this, so...
All right, well, the only thing we can't tell you about it is Speed 1, because Mike doesn't know about Speed 1.
Speed 2 all the way.
But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you got a lot out of it. Please ask us any questions.
Yep.
Mike's going to be using this, going forward as well still.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time after you subscribe.
After you subscribe, follow us on Instagram if you want. Follow us on Facebook if you want. Don't forget, head to our new website, guys. We've got so many platforms. There's no way you can't say you can't get to us.
That's oztooltalk.com.
Giddy up.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Bye.